Telling our stories is the connective tissue of the collective human experience. The Just Keep Talking podcast delves into the lives and stories of artists. What is the impact of mental health on creativity? What does it mean to be a creative individual? Someone who feels deeply, experiences joy and pain intensely, and navigates the challenges of life through the creative process. With each story shared, we explore the authentic experience of our basic need to be seen, to be heard, and to belong. We're really not so different from one another, nor are we alone. Together, we can inspire, encourage, and enlighten each other to find the true joy and fulfillment that is within ourselves. When we just keep talking, we create the space for gratitude, self-acceptance, and grace in everyday life. In a world filled with divisiveness, fostering inclusivity and connection is a powerful way to make a positive impact. The Just Keep Talking podcast with me, Brother Love, because your story matters.
I must be dreaming, I feel alive. Golden blonde hair like a summer sunrise. I swim in the ocean, the lies in your eyes. I think I must have loved you and never realized. So I stare at the sun, it's all I can do. All that I want is to be close to you. I try to keep up or reach for the moon. I've waited lifetimes to stare into your eyes, to be close to you.
Hello and welcome to the Just Keep Talking podcast with me, your host, Brother Love. I am here today with Chelsea Blankinship. Are we calling you Blankinship these days?
Yes.
The reason why I say that is because this here singer-songwriter who is Nashville-based began releasing music under the name Chelsea King. Your music rooted in a 90s alternative and grunge influence, but as with so many artists, constantly evolving, constantly finding that thing. Stories and songs, you've evolved your sound. You're into folk music. You write pop. You write rock. You are a true Renaissance artist. Hello.
Hi, thank you. Wow, what an introduction.
Yeah, well, I've been studying about you. What a great day I've had so far, just listening to your music. We got to know each other on the Andy Bell tour of Erasure. Crazy. You are the backup singer for Andy Bell. You are the lone singer out there, strumming a guitar at times, playing a tambourine at times, playing arenas all the time. It is a pleasure to know you. Yes.
It's a pleasure to know you too, Larry.
Oh, thank
you.
Oh, you're so very welcome. So yeah, just a little background. My wife, Sarah Tomek, the famous Sarah Tomek, got this amazing gig last year with Andy Bell of the band Erasure. And I thought, wow, I remember Erasure from when I was in high school.
Crazy.
Right, and which we'll get to age later, Chelsea. You're doing great with the youth that you have. But I remember feeling so joyous up for my wife, and then I had a bit of sadness, and I couldn't understand what the sadness was. And then it dawned on me. I was in high school at a dance, and I asked a girl to dance, and she was like, no. I just walked, I said, excuse me, would you like to dance? All very nervous and nerdy. And she said, no, thank you. And I walked away, and the song that was playing was Oh l'amor.
No way.
Yes, an Erasure song, probably one of the earliest hits of that band. And so I have such a bittersweet feeling with that band because I love the music, and yet it was during a very heart-wrenching, breaking time for me.
It was traumatic.
It was traumatic.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
What a beautiful song. Don't let it get ruined by that girl. Who says no to dancing?
I know. Well, we're back. We're in high school, and we're awkward, and that's just the thing that sort of it happened to me all the time.
Maybe she was scared that she would be a bad dancer. Maybe it wasn't about you.
Thank you so much. Oh, I like that. That's Speaking of bad dancers, my wife, Sarah Tomek, she's one of the greatest drummers on the planet. She's a terrible dancer.
I disagree.
Do you really?
She's a great dancer.
Okay. She is a great dancer?
Yes.
You think so?
There was one night in Park City where Dave was DJing and we were like his little support. Mm-hmm. And me and Sarah were dancing. That girl, she's got moves.
She's okay, so she can move well. Okay,
She moves really well.
Thank you. Okay, that's what I put on my resume, my acting and voiceover resume. I say because it's like, can you dance? Can you sing? Can you move? I don't dance, but I move well.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and that's what dancing is.
Okay, you're
it's
right.
It's your expression.
Oh, God, you
have to express yourself.
Chelsea Blankinship, you really have a positive outlook on life. And so meeting you, I really just enjoyed every second. You really are filled with life. You're filled with song. You're filled with art. How old are you?
Thank you. I'm 27.
You're 27.
I keep telling people I'm 28, but I'm not. I'm 27.
Be careful. I've done that more than once and lost a year. And then a year later, I'm like, no, I'm 37. They're like, no, you said that last year. I was like, no, I was really wrong last year. I'm 37. So what was it like for you to get plucked out of the Nashville scene? You're a singer and a songwriter. You just put out an EP called Cool Girl, which is a follow-up to 2024's full-length album, I'll Meet You in Dreams. Your music, up to date, is pop, it's rock, it's grunge, it's got a 90s feel. It's just an extension of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And then out of where? I mean, what was the nowhere? The ether that came this gig. This is a crazy gig. All of a sudden, you're touring the world. You're in the United States. You went to Europe. You guys went to Asia, right?
Yeah.
You went to
No, we went to South America.
Right. You went to South America, which is where I saw
Asia
you.
would be really cool.
Right. Well, there's always this year. Right?
Andy, shout out Andy. Let's go.
Yeah. So how did you get this gig playing with Andy Bell and Sarah Tomek? The great Jerry Fuentes is on that gig. Dave Audé, who's the producer of Andy Bell's music, was keyboard player and band leader. Am I forgetting somebody? I don't think so. So how did you get that gig?
It really was a dream. And it kind of like happened that way too. Like, I feel like when things are meant to be, they kind of fall out of the air. Mm-hmm. And that's why you kind of just have to surrender to the flow of life to let those things come in. But yeah, I've known Dave for a while, and I hadn't seen Dave in a couple years.
Dave Audé.
Dave Audé.
And you worked with Dave Audé?
Yeah.
Musically?
So we worked together back in 2019. He produced my first EP that I ever released. And then I decided I wanted to start producing my own music. So I produced my next two albums. And so Dave and I kind of lost touch during that time. And then we reconnected at a mutual friend's funeral, and he was like, I have this position available. Would you like to audition for it? And I was like, heck yeah. Mm-hmm. And shout out Jeff. It was Jeff Haddad, his funeral. And I feel like he kind of like orchestrated this from heaven.
Wow.
And so I auditioned at Dave's house, and Dave put in a good word for me because Dave is the homie. Mm-hmm. And I was really nervous. And then I got it, and it was crazy. And it was literally the most fun I've ever had in my life.
Yeah. Why was it the most fun in your life?
Honestly, I've never experienced community the way that tour created it. Mm-hmm. Like, not just with like Andy's fan base, but like being on the bus with those people, playing shows with Sarah, Jerry, Dave, and Andy. Every single person on that tour, there were 11 of us on that bus.
Yeah.
They slowly became my favorite people in the world.
Yeah.
It was like everything all at once. It was adrenaline. It was this sense of community. It felt like we were all on like a pirate ship together, exploring the seas.
Yeah.
Like, it was so amazing and life-changing, and man, it was the best time ever.
Yeah. What was the scariest part of the whole ordeal? Ordeal. It wasn't an ordeal. The experience. What was the scariest part?
To be honest, there wasn't really anything scary. I feel like I had the easiest job on the whole tour.
Yeah.
Because I had no instruments. I just put on a little dress, sing a little song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I watched the first show at the Basement East.
Oh, yeah.
That was like the first show.
Yeah.
It started in Nashville, Tennessee, which is a scary place to start anything.
True.
Because it's Music City.
Yeah.
And everybody that's in this town is just so talented. And then you guys went on tour. Mm-hmm. So that was like the warm-up show. What was that like? Because that's your hometown. And, you know, a lot of times if you can tour for a while and then heroes welcome back to your hometown, you're greased up. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
The show is flowing. You're comfortable. Were you scared the first show? Was it nerve-wracking at all for you?
No.
Here at the Basement East?
No, but I do remember actually the scariest part for me.
All right. Let's hear it.
I've never had like stage fright or anything. I really enjoy it. But when we went to Florida, Well, I've never used in-ears before.
Okay.
So this was my first time ever using these in-ears, and they were like custom molds. So it's like you really can't hear anything. It tunes out the whole world. It's crazy.
It's wild.
And my mix of my in-ears was so off, but I didn't know because I had never used in-ears before. So I was only getting Sarah's drums in my ears.
Right.
I couldn't hear any of the notes. And Steven, Andy's husband and manager, had a little talk to me and was like, Chelsea, you're awesome, but you have not hit a single note. And I was like, that was my moment where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get fired. I need to get because I've never had an issue with pitch with anything in my life.
Yeah.
So it was like, I had this moment of like, am I nothing like I thought I was? Like, do I not hit notes? Like, is this who I am?
Yeah.
And it was like this like ego death of sorts. And I was like, no, I've never had an issue with pitch in my life. Mm-hmm. It's definitely from my in-ear mix. So then Dave helped me dial in my in-ear mix.
Right.
And then after that, I could hear the notes. I realized my in-ear mix was wrong, and it was just smooth sailing.
Yeah.
But that was a scary moment.
Of course, I don't like using in-ear monitors at all. And to this day, I can't figure out to get the proper... It's just so few and far in between the moments that it's all perfectly great for me in my in-ears, where I hear everything and myself.
Yeah.
It's very difficult, but the fact that you were with such a gracious group of people, bunch of musicians, people that really cared, you guys really became a family.
Yeah.
And it was really a wonderful thing. I mean, you really got to experience touring on such a wonderful level. I went to a few shows then after, right? Was I in Chicago? I believe.
Yeah.
I came to Chicago, but I went to South America.
Yeah. You went all over the world.
I did come to visit.
With Dawson, too.
Yeah, your husband, Dawson. Yep. You are newlyweds. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I just changed my last name.
Yes, exactly. You just did, officially. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
He's wonderful. And
the best.
He is. He's great. And we had a great time in South America hanging out. But being at the shows was such a beautiful event because there was nothing but community and love.
So much love.
So much love. It was a party, and this world is bananas these days.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy out there.
Yeah.
But coming to an Andy Bell show and seeing all of you guys together was joyous and beautiful. And thanks
Aw.
for a great evening. It really was always great. And then you had a time to shine. You got to come up front. And
That was crazy.
You and Jerry, you had a duet together.
Yeah.
What was that like for you? I mean, all of a sudden Andy goes off. And
Crazy.
it's like, all right, here it is. You're up front. Let's go.
Yeah. It was like, I mean, Andy is the most generous and kind, magical human being in the world to even allow that to happen, like to give us that moment.
Yeah.
He's such a humble. I have nothing but just amazing words about him. He's an amazing human being.
Yeah.
I can't believe that even happened, really. But it was really cool to be able to sing to Andy's audience and to be able to do that duet with Jerry, who's also just insanely talented. Like, singing with him was so fun.
Yeah.
I think that was the best part about touring is, like, the whole band, I felt like I could just be myself with everybody and not hold back any part of me.
Yeah.
And I've never experienced that before.
Yeah.
So it was like the most freeing feeling in the world.
That's beautiful, especially for a legacy act.
Yeah.
That's kind of, why I asked you, your age, you're 27 years old. I would be freaked out of my mind to go up in front of an audience that is used to what they're used to.
Yeah.
People, can be finicky. And you have a lot of people in the world who just like, I know what I liked. Give me that. And that's it.
And who's that little blonde
and
girl?
Who's that little blonde girl? Right. And who's anybody, right? I mean, where's Vince Clarke, right? I mean, they're like, where's Vince? Where's Vince? Well, Vince wasn't on this tour. Andy Bell was supporting a brand new record. And that's another part of it, which is, it's got to be scary for the artist, okay? Here's my new art. It's not Erasure. It's new. I mean, I've been to a million shows with legacy acts. They're playing their songs off their newer records, and you just see people bored. They go to the bathroom. They actually bring the vibe down. This was not the case, man, at all. 10 Crowns is the name of the record, correct? Yep. And it's a great record.
So good.
And so you guys played new music, and it was amazing. And then that just made the night even better because you watched an artist who was, an older artist now, Andy Bell, actually get to say, here's what I'm doing now, and for the audience to love it. And what's it like for you? Because you're a front person. You're an artist. Did you have any ego trip at all about being the side piece on a gig like this?
No way. It was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. I'm so glad you say that because I know plenty of artists here in Nashville just alone, and I'm thinking of a few, but I won't mention their names, who would never do such a thing. They're like, I'm the artist. I'm up front. And I'm like, man, put me anywhere on a stage with any of these cats. You
You
put me
kidding?
behind the stage.
Yeah.
Give me a conga. Yeah, give me a conga and a microphone.
Dude, put me just on the bus.
Yeah.
I don't even need to go on stage.
Yeah.
That was just like getting to be around that talent was the coolest thing ever. I learned more than I've ever learned in school. It like literally we were out for like 4 months.
Yeah.
It was a semester. I learned from everyone, and to me that was my favorite part. Not even necessarily being on stage. I think I enjoyed the conversations that I had with everyone on the bus.
Yeah.
And Sarah and I on our stopovers had shared hotel rooms.
Yep.
I loved those days because it was like we had girl time. And like that to me is the coolest part about touring with these people because they're all so successful. Like I have so much to learn from all of them, and I feel like I did learn a lot from all of them.
Yeah, I'll bet. And they learned a lot from you as well. You brought such great energy.
Oh, thanks.
You were just ready to go at all times and just ready to rock. I mean, I let you all in a little secret, folks. Chelsea got a little sick in South America.
Oh,
here,
yes.
folks.
I was very sick.
Yeah, the Montezuma's revenge. It
was bad.
It was bad.
Yeah.
And I say this.
was bad.
I say this with love in my heart because Sarah and I were in Mexico years ago on a festival in Isla Mujeres, the Isle of Women, and I think it was a banana, but I'm not sure.
Oh, no.
And we were sick for days. We were in our room at an Airbnb that thankfully had its own bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
And we learned about each other in
Yeah.
a big time way. So you got sick. It was the water. You brushed your teeth. See, that's what it was.
Everyone told me not to.
The toothbrush, right? Yes. But you were a trooper.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, you were. I mean, you got up and you rocked and you did everything that you were supposed to do. I didn't hear, you weren't complaining. Being on the road is grueling.
Yeah. South America was definitely the hardest part for me because I was sick.
Yeah.
And I remember like being on stage, I was like sweating.
Mm-hmm.
My hair was like, I was so, but it was like the sick sweat.
Yes.
That's like kind of thick.
Yes.
And that was so gross.
Right.
And then trying to find laundry was brutal.
Just to clean the vomit off of all of your clothes and, the
Yeah.
diarrhea off. I get it. It gets gross here
But
sometimes.
you can learn a lot about a person when you see them at their worst. And I think on the South America tour, everyone got sick at least one
Right.
point.
Yeah.
And so that, like, there's no coming back from that. We've all seen parts of each other
Yeah.
that we probably would never share with anyone else. It was, you get to know someone when you go through Montezuma's revenge alongside them.
Yeah. Well, you guys were a beautiful group, and I know you guys will all play music again together because the love was just there. Steven and Andy make such a great team. They loved all of you guys. Shout out, thank you so much for bringing
you.
joy, Steven and Andy
Yes.
Bell. Thank you for bringing so much joy to so many of us, and we really appreciate it. I want to talk about being a woman in the middle of all of this.
Being a woman.
Being a woman. That's you. You're a woman.
I'm a woman.
Yes. Let's roar. I want to talk a little bit because on this particular tour, you had you and Sarah. So you got little girl time. You got to stick together. And this is an LGBTQ plus loving tour.
Mm-hmm.
You really were out there traveling around as a carnival of love.
Yeah, it really was.
And not all tours are this way. What
Yeah.
was it like for you as a woman in a tour like this and in the music industry in and of itself? Like, what does it feel like these days?
The music industry
I guess I asked you two questions.
in
there.
itself
Yeah.
is pretty difficult as a woman. This tour was like every single person was looking out for everyone. Everyone had each other's backs. I had Steven checking in on me all the time. Brian, the tour manager, checking in on me. Dave. Everyone was checking in to make sure that I was okay, that no one was being creepy in the audience. Like, Jerry and Sarah too, like, were always looking out for me and looking out for each other. I have never in my life experienced anyone looking out for me until Dawson. Dawson is the only person that's ever really like looked out for me in my life. And then I went on this tour and all 11 people were looking out for me and for everyone. It like blew my mind, but it also made me really sad because I was like, I don't think this is ever going to happen again.
Wow, that's a big deal. Why do you say that?
I guess just because like the music industry is not necessarily like the safest place for women. You need to be really discerning and intuitive as you move through entertainment in general. Because people will take advantage of you. And obviously, like we see just with the news right now, the whole world isn't really a safe place for women. You can find your safe people. And that's kind of what this tour was. It was 11 safe, kind, loving people.
Yeah, that's wonderful. You got married in Spain.
Yeah.
Was that before the whole tour?
Yeah.
So were you like married and like, bye, I'm going away?
Yeah.
That's what happened, right?
We got married, and then 5 days after we got back, I left. My husband is a saint.
This is tough stuff. Touring. Look, my wife is gone all the time. We got married in 2015 in December, and a few weeks later, my band, Them Vibes, had a tour in Europe.
Yeah.
And luckily, she was playing with us. I don't know which is better, bye for a while or hey, honey, do you want to get into a van with a bunch of rock and rollers and drive through Europe and rock for a month? And she did, and it was a lot of fun.
And she probably loved it.
Because we're all cut from the same cloth, you know.
Yeah.
We're rock and roll road dogs. But your husband Dawson, whom I've met a few times, we spent time at the show, he and I just hanging out. He is a saint. He's a wonderful guy.
Yeah.
So you're very fortunate. And I feel like you carry yourself in a way that you manifest good people around you. It's not an easy thing to be in this entertainment world. And I've seen you put out videos and you're able to do a lot social media wise. You've been a radio DJ as well. And I feel like the people that are around you, you manifest love and you have boundaries.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you see that?
Yes. And it took me, I would say, my whole early 20s to figure out how to create strong boundaries so that the people that don't recognize those boundaries leave. You know, like I think it took a lot of experiences with people who didn't necessarily care about my boundaries or me.
Right.
And my boundaries being stepped on so many times for me to really strengthen my own boundaries and my sense of self, my self-worth, my voice, to be able to like create an environment that only includes people that are great.
Yeah.
And it's so freeing.
Yeah, it's hard for a lot of people because we're in an industry where it's like if you create boundaries, you're going to have to say no to somebody. You're going to have to say no, thank you.
Yeah.
And I grew up, being taught say yes to everything.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to miss anything. Everything can be an opportunity. And then after a while, I realized that, wow, if I'm just coming at life as an opportunist, as somebody just going for the gold all the time, I'm going to step on some people. And people are going to step on me because I'm just yes, 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 yes. I lost my authenticity within that, many times in my life. And it's a hard thing to do because you don't want to say no because you never know. But I feel like you've learned to say no and you're like, you're okay.
Yeah.
I'm too scared. I've been too scared. I can do it now.
It's hard.
But I didn't do that in my early 20s by any means. Yeah.
It's really hard, but it's like, would you rather betray yourself for someone else's comfort? Nah.
No, not at all.
Your piece is worth so much more.
Yeah.
It feels really good to put people in their place.
What do you mean?
There were like a couple weirdos on the tour and just like random passerby people, not in our close group. There were a couple people that I literally was like, don't talk to me, don't touch me, I am not comfortable with what you're doing. And I was like very direct about it, and they were like, oh, I'm so sorry, it was a joke. And I'm like, it wasn't a joke to me, and I don't appreciate that.
Wow.
And you just sometimes have to talk to people like that.
Yeah.
And people get really uncomfortable with it, and then they'll start rumors about you because they're insecure that you've just shined a light on their demons and their shadow self, and they're not comfortable with their shadow self yet, in Carl Jung terms.
Yeah.
And so they'll try and make you the villain just for having boundaries, and you just gotta let them.
Yeah. Wow. Did you always have this sort of ability to know thyself?
No, not at all.
What's your spiritual journey in all of this?
Yeah, it's been a long one.
Finding your voice, finding your spirit, finding who you are. Not everybody cares so much. They just sort of float through life or are ambitious and like, here's the point where I'm going to get to. You seem to understand that it's a journey. Yeah,
it is a journey. And it's like, I think we're all in this process of individuation. I've been really into Carl Jung lately.
Yeah.
I've spent the past 8 years taking in his practices of like integrating your shadow self. And I've kind of been on that journey of individuation, and it's been really freeing for me, just looking into my shadow, working on the parts of myself that need work, which there's still a long ways to go.
Yeah.
And it's cool to be able to have like a partner who's also doing that healing work alongside me, because to be able to share that together is just, I mean, it's the most beautiful thing.
Yeah. So do you get down? Do you get depressed? I mean, I know
Yeah.
we spoke when you all got off tour.
Yeah.
You and Sarah and probably the rest of the band, because I know Sarah was home. She was real down because it was like you guys were gone for like a year.
Yeah.
And, you know, people don't realize. They think like, all right, well, I'll come home and just get back to life. Reacclimating to non-tour life is very difficult.
Dude, it was the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Because it was like these extreme highs. I got married. I went on tour. I met the coolest people I've ever met in my life. I got to live with these people every single day. We were like a wolf pack.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden, I'm home and everyone's gone.
Yeah.
And it's me and Dawson, who is my favorite person in the whole world. But you know, like I struggled with depression for most of my life. It's sort of like I got to a good place with it maybe 5 years ago. And I was able to like get off my antidepressants about 5 years ago. But then after this tour, I was really down. It was really, really hard. I mean, it's just like withdrawing from a drug.
Yeah.
You're experiencing extreme highs of adrenaline that most people probably will never experience in their life. And then like you get home and you kind of have to like detox that and like withdraw and like get comfortable with stillness and with peace. And I think I had to do that in relationship for a long time. I dated people that would give me those extreme highs and low lows. The people I dated, we met each other at like a wound that we shared. And so it was not a healthy combination. And when I met Dawson, I had to learn that stillness and love grows over time. It's not something that sparks and crazy at the beginning and then terrible and then great and then terrible. It's something that you meet in a place of remembrance, not in a wound, and you slowly build it together. And so I had to figure out how to be comfortable with that stillness in relationship. So now it just feels like this is kind of me having to learn how to be comfortable with that stillness in life.
That is so hard.
It's hard.
The stillness is the place where it can be like a devil's playground.
Yeah.
Right? The stillness to this day, I hear you. I mean, like, I just try to enjoy it. And Sarah, I was explaining, I was like, let's just enjoy this time. She has a hard time sitting still. I have a hard time sitting still.
Yeah, me too.
So being inside of that, where it's like nothing needs to happen, follow the way, the Tao, you know, and it's just be within that is huge. Good for you.
Yeah.
Was there? Yeah.
I'm still struggling a little bit.
Well, how could you not? You're a human being. Look, it doesn't just go away, right? I mean, you know this, and I can't say it enough. We don't solve the problem of our health mentally or physically and go, that's it.
It's done.
Done.
No more healing.
No more healing. I'm
No.
good. No, it's just an ongoing process.
It's the human condition.
It's the human condition.
Growth.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yes.
Because like it's those little times of difficulty that like make you stronger and help with your soul evolution.
Yeah. So who talks to you in your soul? Like, you know, I know you have a very rich family history. You are part Spanish?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
Because you put out a few songs recently.
Yeah.
La Soledad
Yeah.
and Amado Mío.
Yeah.
Did I pronounce those correctly?
Yeah,
Kind
close. Amado Mío.
Thank you. I took Spanish in school, and I was always better at the pronunciation than understanding what it is that I was talking about. So I saw this online. You were singing in Spanish, and La Soledad, a song about solitude, memory, and the quiet spaces we learn to hold. Sarah Tomek was on this. Jackson Epley was the bass player. You had Jerry Fuentes. You had Larissa Maestro on the cello. So you're singing in Spanish, and it's perfect.
No, thanks.
And the meaning comes through. And I felt like I was transformed into, I don't know, 1950s, 1960s in Spain, just at a little cafe, and a woman just pouring her heart into a song. And there happened to have been a camera there capturing it.
Wow. That's really nice.
It's what it was. I mean, that's how it occurred to me. So let's tie this together now here. So we were talking about the quiet spaces that we learn to hold. And now we're talking about your rich depth spiritually because you have family that speak to you, your grandmother, and she's with you all the time.
Yeah.
So How did this come about, this sort of singing in Spanish, paying homage? I mean, we were in South America.
Yeah.
And you got married in Spain.
Yeah.
So what is the sort of, I don't know, what's the gumbo here?
Yeah.
What's the through line with all of this?
Well, so my grandma, she is from León, which is a couple hours away from Madrid.
Yeah, I've been to León. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. She's like from Santas Martas, which is like a tiny, tiny town. She was born on a dirt floor with 4 siblings, like extreme poverty in the 40s in Spain. And her dad got a job working for the government, so they moved to Madrid. And she's just, I mean, talk about a powerful manifester. That woman was powerful. She was connected to God. Like, she had God on speed dial, and she manifested this life for herself and ended up in Hawaii in the most beautiful house I've ever seen. I don't know how she got there, but maybe she could teach me from heaven. And then she passed away maybe a year ago.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy because it's like she was probably my favorite person I've ever met in my life, and she really helped raise me. I spent most of my birthdays with her.
In where? In Spain?
In Hawaii.
In Hawaii. Which part?
She lived in Kona.
Okay.
And, I went to Spain every year, obviously, because my family's there. I got really close with all my cousins in Spain. I'm still really close with all of them. And her family. And I lived there in 8th grade with her brother and his wife, who became sort of like grandparents to me as well. So Spain has always been a huge part of like who I am. And I speak Spanish. And when she passed away, my grandma, it's crazy because, like I used to call her every other day. And then when she passed away, it's like now she's here all the time. And I can just feel her with me, guiding me. And the connection we share is like so much stronger now than it was when she was on Earth. And that's crazy to me because we had such a strong connection when she was on Earth. And so making these songs in Spanish, they're 2 of her favorite songs.
Right.
And it felt like something I wanted to do for her, to honor her, and something I wish she could have heard when she was here. But I know she'll be really proud of.
Yeah. So what do you think are some of the things that you got passed down from the grandma that spoke to God all the time? Because I feel like she's channeling through you right now.
Yeah, she had a very optimistic outlook on everything. And so that's something that I try really hard to embody, but it's really hard for me because I'm not naturally a very optimistic person. I'm more of like a realist. So I try and be more optimistic like my grandma because I do think that that's what brings in abundance, and I think she figured that out early.
Wow. That's so fantastic. So you honored your grandmother and you did these songs and they sound fantastic. You do a lot of different things. You are a true Renaissance person.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So writing, do you like to write by yourself? Do you like to co-write? I read somewhere that you have released like a few thousand songs already or something.
Yeah,
Like
I write a lot.
You write a lot.
I do write a lot.
So what's it like for you, your process as we would say?
It's a journey, and I write custom songs, so people will send me their story and then I'll turn it into a song.
Really?
So that's where I've written maybe about 1,500 songs for them. And that's so fun. And I'm so grateful for that job because it pays my bills. It connects me with so many awesome people. But to me, that's more about the customer and less about alchemy. And I feel like songwriting and writing in general for me is kind of my form of alchemy. It's like how I take the emotions that are like hidden in my shadow self, I bring them up to the light, I process them through and turn that into something beautiful, even if it's something that I'm ashamed of or something that caused me pain. But that's the beauty of words, is words are alchemy.
Yeah.
I love writing.
Yeah. Do you like to write with other people? Do you do because we're in Nashville, co-writing happens all the time.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, when you worked with Jackson Epley on your latest EP, you wrote one of the songs, Cool Girl, you wrote with Jackson. The Rabbit Hole's the other one you wrote by yourself. Both great tracks. They're just so much fun.
Thanks.
What a 90s pop punk feel. It just felt good. I just, get in the car, put the windows down, have a great time. Do you enjoy writing with others?
No, not really. I don't.
Why is that? No, that's honest,
I try and co-write with other people, but it feels more like a machine than like a tool for healing.
Yeah.
And writing that song with Jackson was cool because I wrote it. That was actually a song I wrote in high school. I brought it to him and he helped me like tweak things to make it strong as an adult song, not a high schooler song.
Sure.
And so it was cool because I got to do my process. Then I brought it to Jackson and he made it like 10,000 times better.
Yeah.
And so we kind of collaborated in that way, but it wasn't like we sat down to write together.
Right.
There's very few people that I enjoy doing that with.
Right.
I don't love it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's hard. I would go on a co-write or I would book a co-write and I would pray, please let them cancel.
Me too.
Please.
every co-write I've had.
Please. They're like, hey, I'm running a little bit late. I'm like, no problem. Maybe they'll cancel. I'm like, please. I would just be so anxious and crazy out of my mind thinking I'm not good enough. I have nothing to bring. What are we going to write about? What are we going to talk about? I don't know you. You don't know me. And I'm a very social person. You know, I'm good with people. I would just go, no, please cancel. I've gotten over that. Like, I'm cool. I figured it out that I can just be me. And if we get something, we do. We don't. To take the pressure off of myself, you know, which is good. But
that's hard to do.
It really is hard to do.
And I'm surprised to hear that from you because you are so like, you make everyone feel comfortable and you have a lot to say and you're very talented.
Thank you.
So I'm surprised that you feel that way too.
Oh yeah, I lose all sense of self, meaning I'm garbage, I have nothing to say, and why don't we just go to the bar and I'll start drinking again? I'm not doing that. I quit drinking. It'll be 4 years in May.
Wow.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That's huge.
That is huge. Thank you so much. And so I have been able to feel like more my authentic self in any room that I go into because, hey, I'm not drunk.
It's crazy. Like when you stop drinking, it like really forces you to get comfortable with your authentic self.
Oh, it forces you, all right. Yeah. Which is, I appreciate it. You know, I mean, I get uncomfortable, but now I have to sit with it. Those spaces, that time in between the thing that's happening and the next thing, right? For me now, it's just not worrying so much about the future and not feeling so, I don't know, terrible about the past. I mean, I spent a long time drinking. I spent a long time just being the life of the party with no real substance there and just sort of floating through life. And so to not regret is part of my healing, you know, to let go of all of these things and just let things flow as they are right now. And one of the things that as I was flowing through Instagram, great segue, as I was flowing through Instagram, I did see one of your posts and it really spoke to me. You were making drapes.
Those ones.
I'm looking at them right here. You have a lovely home. Thank you for having me here. You were making drapes and your narration really caught me. And I'm just going to quote some of it, paraphrase some of it. In a world of fast fashion and overnight shipping, sometimes it feels like we've traded craftsmanship for convenience. Everything is made to be replaced. Thin fabric, trendy colors, 6 months later, out of style, and in a landfill. Drapes used to mean something. They insulated homes, blocked cold air, softened rooms. They were sewn by hand, lined, weighted. They had presence. They had character. Now they're shiny polyester, folded into plastic sleeves. I couldn't find anything that felt real in stores, nothing with weight, nothing that belonged in this house. So I made them. I used lace, real fabric, valance across the top, something built to last. When a room has depth and character, it changes you. I feel more creative, surrounded by color and texture and story. I think better. I write better. I dream bigger. Maybe the most rebellious thing we can do now isn't buying more, but making something that lasts, that makes us feel human, and that makes our house feel like a home.
Can't believe you got all of that from the video.
I'll tell you, it's really hard to do
That
when
was
you're
impressive.
listening to an Instagram story over and over again. And I don't remember anything. And I'm like, you can't pause an Instagram story. You know, you can. I held it down with my left finger and I'm left-handed. So I had to switch to my right thing to hold it and right.
That's a lot of work.
It was a lot of work.
Great job.
Thank you. Thank you very much. But it was so inspiring to me. That encapsulated what it's like to create art, to create a human being, to create drapes, to be a creative individual. And I've tied that in with the music industry now with AI. People are doing demos and releasing records that are just generated out of nothing.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So where are you with all of that, with the creation of art? I mean, you just said it, and I was literally quoting what you had done with these drapes. We weren't even talking about music, Chelsea. You were talking about drapes, and yet it translated into music and poetry, everything about it.
We were talking about music, though,
Yes.
secretly.
Yes.
With the drapes. Because I feel like that's kind of the world that we live in now. Everything is about fast and quick and easy, and how can I just be a lazy human and not have to work or do anything? And it just feels like that's where we are in the world, and because things have become too convenient for us. And because of that, like, things just don't last like they used to, physically and spiritually. Like, music doesn't hit like it used to because it's not made from a place of spirituality. It's made from a room with 35 men singing about sex for one woman to sing. Like, that's the music industry today. And it's very unfortunate that we're here. And now with the rise of AI, I think that that's going to replace the 35 men in the room writing, which is kind of cool because then it is finally giving the space back to real artists. It's taking away the machine, taking away the like mindless pop music. No offense, there's some good pop out there. There's some really good pop music out there. But there is a lot of mindless pop music and a lot of mindless country. AI is going to take away that mindless machine music, which sucks because that is going to take some jobs away. But it's going to free up this space for real artists to like shine.
Wow.
Because there's going to be these artists that people can connect with. They don't know why, because it's something human in them that the AI pop machine isn't going to give them.
Yeah. It's that old feeling. What is that? Oh, it's actually feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's
what
wild.
a crazy idea.
Yeah. So where are you at with things now? What do you see yourself going? We're in April of 2026.
Yeah.
You were literally, I mean, I just touched upon it. You spent 5 years at 96.7, Young Country, Yoko. So you're a DJ as well. You won the John Lennon Songwriting Award in 2022 for a song called Vancouver, which is a really great song.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. So, I mean, these are things you've done. You've toured the world. What's next for you? Or what would you like to see?
That's a really good question.
What would you like to see happen for Chelsea Blankinship?
I think I'm still trying to figure that out, but mostly like I'm trying to just get comfortable with surrendering to whatever's supposed to flow through me. It's like sometimes I get so stuck in this place where I feel like I need to force things. Like I need to force content. I need to like post so that I can get my music out there. But I don't even think that's necessarily how it works with success. I think it hits you when it's meant to hit you. And if you try and force it, you're just pushing it away. I think what's next for me is trying to get comfortable surrendering and not forcing things, which Dawson is really good at and I'm not that good at.
Right. Because it's hard. I mean, like we get up, I do my best not to look at my phone, for a little while. I write morning pages. I've been reading the book of the Tao, and I meditate, and I just try to center myself so I can have a day that is not just about things that are outside looking in, it's from me inside looking out. I have a place of strength and a place of a base,
Yeah.
It's really hard to do because the thing that's screaming in my ear is you better post, because if you don't post about this song that you're going to put out, then, you're not relevant. You have to post about this and you have to post about that. If you're not posting, you don't exist.
It's horrible.
Yes.
It's horrible. It's strange how forcing people to post things also is taking away the whole, it's deconstructing the idea of fame. Like fame doesn't matter anymore because everyone has it.
Right.
So it's great because then we can like focus on making what we want to make, not to try and have crazy numbers, because that's easy to get nowadays. You can focus on creating for what you want to create. I just wrote a fantasy novel series. I'm on book 2 now.
What?
And yeah.
What's it called?
It's called Elysia.
Elysia.
It's very
What's it about?
It's very complex. You wouldn't probably get this by reading it, but it's kind of about the spiritual awakening process. But it's fantasy and it's in the 4th dimension, and it's like it's a whole different universe. There's 7 kingdoms and
4th universe. I'm just trying to deal with this one that I thought was the first one. I don't know what's going on. So
Yeah.
Is the series at all out for people to read? Any of this yet?
I don't know. I'm worried that
Have you published any of it?
I'm worried that if I do, it'll take away from what I'm trying to do by giving myself an outlet for myself. And I'm worried that if I were to release that to the public, then that's kind of undermining myself, because I'm kind of writing this because I'm enjoying it. But probably someday.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a long series. The first book is like 450 pages.
Wow.
So
You wrote this book. What do you write it on? When you were writing a book, a computer, tablet, you write
Google
typewriter?
Docs.
Google Docs.
Typewriter would be sick.
Right? Could you imagine that?
I should get a typewriter.
Right? You're welcome. Yes, typewriter. Right?
That'd be so cool.
It would be cool. Yeah. Wow. Be a lot of fun. So you're an author as well. That's fantastic. Okay. So what's next? Where am I?
Musically?
Yes. What's next musically? Yeah.
Right now, I'm working on a album with Dave Audé.
Okay.
And
I ask you this because I know that there are tracks that have just been laid down by the famous Sarah Tomek, my wife. She said she played drums on a few of your songs, and it's phenomenal.
oh, that's so nice.
So can you tell us a little bit about the record or what you're working on?
Totally.
Thank
I'm
you.
really, really excited about this album. I think it's the most excited I've been about any body of work, especially because I get to have the coolest musicians I've ever met in my life on it.
Yeah.
Jerry and Sarah and Dave. Doesn't get better than that.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. But I also really love these songs. And this album is kind of bringing me back to my roots. Like when I started writing music, I was writing folk. And when I started releasing music, it was folk country. And then I think I got steered a little bit off my path and started creating rock music, which I think really spoke to my masculine energy. And now I'm trying to like balance my masculine and feminine energy by creating something authentic to me. And being on tour with Sarah, Jerry, Dave, and Andy, those are 4, and Steven too. Those are 5 of the most authentic people I've ever met in my life. They're so confident, comfortable with themselves, and it awoke something in me. It was like, oh, this is what life is about. I need to figure out how to be more authentic myself. And I'm pretty good at being authentic, but I feel like the music that I was making isn't necessarily authentic to me. So I went on this little journey, really inspired by all of the musicians on that tour. Of like, how can I figure out what's authentic to me? That's why I kind of explored with these Spanish songs, because that felt authentic. Now I'm doing this folk Americana album with Dave, which feels really authentic. So I'm kind of in this mindset of like, I'm not going to make music anymore that I feel like the industry wants. I'm going to focus in on like what I am proud of. How can I put out music that makes me proud? And that's kind of what this album is.
Amen. Do you have any release dates, like a single first or album? Like, where are you at with this?
We've finished the first song. It's done.
Okay.
And we've had the next 2 songs pretty much done.
Yeah.
Dave just has to mix them. And then I think we're going to maybe shop them around a little bit
Cool.
before we start releasing them. But I feel in my heart that it might be in June.
Right on. Okay. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I have a speed round of questions.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What fascinates you, Chelsea Blankinship?
Spirituality.
Really? That's an easy one. Has it always fascinated you?
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you understood that there was something in this universe that you could put the name spirituality on it?
Yeah, I had like my major spiritual awakening in 2019.
What was that?
That was like when I quit drinking, I quit everything and stopped eating meat and became vegan.
Right.
And I don't really know how I got there, but I was like really depressed. Yeah, I was at my rock bottom. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
That little thing. What was it? Oh, yeah, it was at my rock bottom.
Yeah.
So-
Maybe not it was like my second rock bottom.
Okay. What happened? What was the awakening? Do you remember the aha or the light that cracked through?
I got really into meditation and I was living in Hawaii and I like just really felt connected to the earth, really felt connected to source, and just really felt that flowing through me. And I was seeing crazy things in my meditations and it was like, wow, this is undeniable. And then I realized that the journey is physical and spiritual. Like you have to be actively diving into your trauma, actively bringing up your shadow self so that you can release those blockages in your chakras so that you can have a closer connection with source, with God. But you have to be doing the physical work in the physical world to be able to be there spiritually. So I've just been kind of doing that ever since.
Wow. You make it sound so easy.
It's not easy.
Of course it's not. I commend you. That's wonderful. That's really inspiring. Wow.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. What angers you? What pisses you off, Chelsea Blankinship?
Donald Trump.
Yeah, enough said. What brings you joy?
Music?
Yeah. If you had a magic wand and you could change anything, fix it to your liking. It's my wand. I'm fixing and changing. What would it be?
America?
Yeah. There's no wrong answer. It's your answer. If you had a magic wand, you would change or fix America.
Just the hatred.
There you go. Right? Get rid of the hatred.
I think that the world needs a little bit of hatred to be able to appreciate love. It's like you need darkness to be able to even understand light. But it just feels like there's so much hatred.
Yeah, for sure. Here's the big one. Toilet paper over the roll or under the roll?
Oh, over.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Crazy people go
Right?
under the role.
Yes, they do. Crazy people. But you, Chelsea Blankinship, are not a crazy people.
No.
You are a fabulous singer-songwriter. You have new music coming out. Your latest EP, Cool Girl, is out now. Check out 2024's full-length album, I'll Meet You in Dreams. Chelsea Blankinship, where do people find you in this world? Because you have a lot of content that you put out all the time. You're very interesting. Thank you. And I really appreciate your time and your energy and your honesty. So where do we find you?
You can find me at just Chelsea Blankinship on all social media and Spotify and Apple Music. Thank you so much for doing this.
You're very welcome. Thank you. And thanks so much for tuning in to this show. We get to learn so much about each other, about ourselves. And until next time, my name is Brother Love. This is the Just Keep Talking podcast. Your story matters, Chelsea Blankinship. So thanks for sharing it.
So does yours, Larry.
Thanks. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You can personally support this show simply by clicking the tip link in the show notes. The Just Keep Talking podcast is now available on all podcast platforms. Please like, share, and subscribe. Visit our website at justkeeptalking.com, our YouTube channel at Just Keep Talking Podcast, and Instagram at The Just Keep Talking Podcast. We all just want to be seen, to be heard, and to belong. Thank you so much for supporting my mission and the Just Keep Talking Podcast with me, Brother Love, because your story matters.